Psalms chapters 2 verse 8 says, Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harka Kwadash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutes to all the 144,000 elect men. Coming back with another lesson, Akim. All we gotta do, according to this verse here, Psalms chapters 2 and verse 8, all we gotta do is ask. Right? So there's so much in here. Psalms chapters 2, the whole of the chapter, I find edifying. And Abu Razar, this lesson is edifying. Subheading: the reign of the Lord's anointed. The reign of the Lord's anointed. And yeah, Yahweh Shai is spearheading it. He is the anointed of Yahweh, a Mashiach, anointed. The 144,000 would be his anointed. A Mashiach, anointed of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So Abu Razar, John chapters 2 talks about we have an auction from the Holy One, and we know all things. So the anointed, the elect are also anointed. A Mashiach, anointed of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Through his stripes. Yeah, through Yahushua's stripes, that's Isaiah chapters 53. We are healed. We are also anointed. In the running to receive the crowns. And we want to be in that number. Now there's a whole heap of meat to get in. I could get into here, but sake of time, I'm going to select certain verses, some bullet points out of here. Psalms 2 and 8, I read it again. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. So, right, man. Yeah? Thou shalt dash them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Now, certain words stick out here. Yeah? Be wise, therefore, ye kings. Yeah? Gods. My video I did, the recent video on the Hilangoli out there doing the walk and talk, I entitled it, We Are Gods. Ye are gods. So we are gods according to Psalms 82. We are gods, right? And we're gonna reign as gods, and godlike power is coming. That godlike power is coming. God's kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. So God's kings and judges, all the above, aka gods, aka kings, aka judges. We got all the titles. Abu Razar, the anointed of the Lord, are back in the earth with the titles once again to rule again with godlike power through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, doing his will on the earth. So many ways I can come at this with a title like that. Gods, kings and judges of the earth are back in the earth. So with a title like that, there's so many ways I can come at this, but I'm gonna get into the foundation, as I usually like to do. Before I go anywhere with this, I want to get into some foundational words. So let's take a look at there's a whole heap here, man. There's another precept that comes to mind. We're going to get into some of these words as well. Psalms 75 and 6 says, For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God, who is judge. He is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So yeah, we're the gods in the earth, but potentially, yeah, the hopeful elect are the gods in the earth, coming to rule again with godlike power. Gods, kings and judges. Boy, that's a mouthful. That title's a mouthful. I might have to slice up some of that. Such a mouthful. So and it sounds such a beautiful title too. God's kings and judges, man. We're gonna reign with godlike power, yeah, for promotion. And that's that promotion that we have to be promoted from on high, because we are down bad. We are down bad, as one of the elders, Central Elders Camp, yeah, one of the elders in Central London Camp used that word there. We're down bad. So what comes to mind is Thor. Thor, Thor is one of them folly cartoon, Marvel cartoon characters, but I'm just using that as a reference. It's just folly and comic book and movies, which they get it from the Bible anyway. He was a mystical god, which we are actually the knights anyway. They get it from all those old time, what they call it, fictional Greek mythology, and they put two and two together, add it from the Bible, add bits and pieces from the Bible, and make up this comic book superhero called Thor, which when he was cast out in the movie Thor, the original Thor, he was cast out of Asgard, and his father kicked him out of Asgard because he was rebellious. He says, "You are not worthy. You are not worthy. You are not worthy." And he said, "You're not worthy to rule over these realms." And he stripped him of his garment, which the garment looked very similar to some of the garments that brothers wear. He stripped him of his garment, and then he stripped him of his power, his hammer, and then he cast him down to earth. And he had to be damn bad on earth, with as a mortal man, without his power. So you can see the parallels there, the similarities there with Yashua Allah, the Prince of the Power, the so-called black man. And we've been cast out of heaven, cast out of our rulership, our throne, off of our throne, to be groping around on earth like mere mortals, mere humans, being smashed up. Even in our low state, we're still kicking ass. But yeah, we had to bite it. We had to bite the bullet. We had to take it on the chin for the most part. And the Most High, he took that hammer from us, which is a symbol of power, according to the movie Thor, the symbol of power. And we're gonna get into that, but I don't want to make this a long video. In Psalms, we read in Psalms 2, he says, we're going to give us a rod of iron to dash them to pieces. So you can say the hammer represents that rod. We ain't got it right now. And the rod represents rulership. So that hammer, there's so many parallels, but just to keep it simple, we're down bad on earth fighting for our right to get back into heaven, but we have to get back. How do we get back? The right way around is to serve the Lord, to serve our God, right? And that's to keep his laws, statutes and commandments, and we will be restored back to our heavenly state, our kingly rulership state, God's judges and kings judging the earth. But we have to be promoted back, as we're looking at. We're going to get into that word there, Abaratazar. I only need a couple of precepts just to make the point I want to make in this lesson. About 3 precepts makes the point. Another one we got here, Psalms 113:7 says, "He riseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill." He's rising us up, man. We ain't no more. We're coming out of that low state, the dunghill. There's another interesting word. I might have to do a part 2 to this. You say these videos ain't going to be long, but when you start getting into words and the etymologies of words, Greek and Hebrew, before you know it, you look at the time, it's you kind of like getting them. Time starts to move. Half an hour, then an hour. So since I have to do what I have to do, I might have to break this one up. But these are some of my favorite videos to do. Our potential as having that godlike power again. That's the potential. That's the hope. We're prisoners of hope, but we suffered and we did the crime. So we're doing the time, and we ain't complaining, but there's a reward if we endure to the end. So he riseth up the poor out of the dust, he lifteth out the needy out of the dunghill. That's another meaty word. So we got some words we can get into here. We got dunghill, we got promotion. I'm just a brief summary, some of the words. If I do a part 2, I do a part 2. And then we got we got to break them with the rod of iron. Rod of iron. Yeah, what is that rod of iron? Thor had his hammer. Captain America had his shield. Wolverine had his claws made from some is it vibranium. So you had the adamantium shield, the vibranium claws. I think also Black Panther had an adamantium suit of armor. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look into some of these things. But now, when I tapped in this word here, promotion. Yeah, it's rare. It's rare. It's a rare word according to the scriptures. 2 times in 3 verses in the scriptures. So if we get promotion, we're looking to get it. Abarazah. Endure to the end. But first of all, we're in the middle of that race, picking up, taking back our crowns, our thrones, potentially getting back that hammer, that rulership, that rod of iron, to be promoted back into that godlike, king-like judge state again. To be promoted. Promotion. Yeah? For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. I'm going to have to come back to this. Yeah, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion. As a matter of fact, let's hear it. Let's see. I just can't resist. Yeah. Psalm 75 and 6 says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Let me zoom just a little bit, see if I can get a bit closer. But God is the judge who putteth down one and setteth up another. He is the judge who putteth down one and setteth up another. But that promotion, man, let's check out another one. As a matter of fact, let's see something else. Promotion. NKJV says for exaltation. Yeah, first of all, you have to have the humiliation to get the exaltation. So we're eating, our face is in the dust, man. Taking it on the chin, receiving that humiliation, and then we're going to get, for the exaltation comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. NLT, no one on earth from east or west, or even from the wilderness shall rise a defiant fist. No one from the east, NIV, no one from the east or the west or from the desert can exalt himself. Plain, make it plain upon tables. We can't exalt ourselves. That's the point. We cannot exalt ourselves. Wherever we come from, we can't exalt ourselves. We have to have promotion. And it cometh neither from the east nor from the west. Cometh neither from the east nor from the west. But God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Let me go back to it again. Let me go back. Yeah, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Right. That's the importance of humility. You can't know whether you come from the east or from the west, you cannot exalt yourself. We have to be promoted to that position of godlike rulership. Judges, kings and gods. Let's check this one out. From Proverbs 3 and 35 says, the wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Let's check that out in the some of these other translations. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the legacy of fools. The NLT, the wise inherit honor, but fools are put to shame. There you go. These are some wise words of wisdom. Before I hit the road, we're gonna get some of these wise words of wisdom doing these drills here. But they're more than just drills because we take it with us, man. You know, one of the best investments you can do is invest in your future, Akyum. Your future, which consists of health, well-being, now, present, past, present, and future. Your history, your present, and your future. This is one of the best investments you will ever make. Yeah, getting into your past, present, your future, your legacy. Right, as the boxers like to say, they want to leave a good legacy behind. We ain't leaving no legacy behind, man. Our legacy is behind us. It's present and it's future. We ain't leaving it. That's the difference between the elect and and the 2/3. They want a carnal crown. We're seeking the eternal heavenly crown. The wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame. Yeah, and they end up getting shamed anyway, eating humble pie. And they get exposed and they have to do all these type of rituals, humiliation rituals, even in their time when they're supposed to be getting their on this side, they're supposed to be getting their their substance, their carnal crowns on this side. They receive their honor on this side. They still have to take humiliation rituals and all sorts of our marriage breakups. What's that guy Tyrese? He's going through a marriage breakup and complaining. All of them go through all of that. Their wife sleeps with other men, sneaks out on them. They ain't got the loyalty of their own wives. They have to. Some of them do sacrifices within their own family. So they don't get their consolation. They get a consolation on this side, but at the same time they still have to do all these rituals, humiliation rituals, and still suffer the curses too. So that's why the wise, that's the elect of the Most High. The wise inherit honor. We're sucking it up right now, right? Thor gave you the analogy of Thor. He died, as it goes into Psalms. It mentions it in Psalms 2, Psalms 82. We are gods, but we have to die like men. He had to fight like a man, and he potentially died, but he was given back his hammer in the heat of battle when he was just about to kick the bucket in that battle with that iron giant, that fire-breathing giant. When he was licked down and you could say he was near death, unconscious, when his father, the god of Asgard, his father had mercy on him. He was in the Odin coma, sleep, and he started to tears come to his eyes when he saw everything that his son was going through, because he was watching everything. He was in an Odin sleep, but he was supposed to be all knowing and all seeing. Just taking out the parallels, what they use, what they get from the Bible in these Marvel movies, and he had pity on his son. He had pity on his son. Yeah, we are gods, but we will die like men. Yeah, he was knocked off of his feet, half unconscious, just about to kick the bucket when Thor's father, Odin, the god of Asgard, just said, right, I'm going to give you back your hammer now. Boom, just in the nick of time, he gave him back his hammer. He stood up again, and he mashed up that iron fire-breathing giant. Lick him up into the heaven, then went up into the heaven, then lick him down to the ground, knocked him, kill him, deleted him. And that's going to be very similar to our inheritance. We're going to rise again. The wise inherit glory, but fools get shame. Ultimately, we're going to get glory. We're going to receive that glory back from the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. That's why that's such a beautiful precept. As a matter of fact, I want to look at that. I want to look at the precept itself. Let's get the precept. Let's go to the precepts. You just looked at it, but yeah, we got it again. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. The wise, we gonna get glory, delivered out of this hell. We're in hell right now, and this is hell. Yeah, the white man's heaven is the black man's hell. They're ruling over us. They're gods over us. We have to suck it up. We're under the kosh, right? We're under the kosh, and a lot of us was deleted in the cargo slave ships coming over in the transatlantic slave trade. The Without Sanctuary book goes into all the details, right? You see what you look at the book. I put up a video a little while back with all the some of I say some of it because a lot of it is not even documented. They wanted to hide it, but the Most High is documented in the heavens, right? Some of the things that we suffered is not being they think they're gonna hide it. That's the point. They think they're gonna hide it, but it will be revealed. So all the lynching, the scourgings, the burnings, limbs being cut off if you didn't bring in the right type of gold, you know, that time there, what they did to the Gadites and the Reubenites, everything is documented according to Revelation chapters 18 and 5. Their sins have massed up into the heavens, so it's documented in the books in the heavens. And we're fully aware of that. So we died like men. But the wise shall inherit. We're going to get the glory back. We're going to get that glory back. And we ain't in no we're not complaining. We're just bringing out the truth as we're supposed to. Bringing it out, making it plain upon tables. You think you're going to hide everything? Nah, it ain't going to work, man. But we will be promoted. Like I'm looking at the word here, promotion. It comes up twice. Twice, 2 times, and in 2 verses. So we are getting that promotion back. And we're going to be those kings again. As we looked at in Psalms 100 and Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and outmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Now, the word promotion comes. You have to look at a guideline from Google. Zoom out. What does Google say? Get an understanding of the words here. Promotion, as we know, for those of us that are in the corporate world, we already know what the meaning means. But like I say, this is giving us a guideline. Yeah, the activities that support or encourage or cause a venture or aim. Promotion. The meaning: encouragement, furtherance, furthering, advance, assistance. You want to rise? You got to remember where if you put your work in, you know. I want to see that you can do. Can you do that? Can you really do that? You know, your interviews, and then you might ask for a raise after you see your boss is happy with you. You're on time all the time. You're always on time. I see you're never late. You know, you have a good reputation at work. You get on all the colleagues like you. They say nice things about you. We've seen it, heard it, done it, all that bull, right? And then you're gonna get promotion. You put the work in. But this is about the word. Advertise, publicity. Nah, enough said on that in Google. Now I was impressed with this. I was looking at this and I was impressed with this. See, some videos you just embrace doing certain videos, and I've always embraced these type of videos, looking into these advancement in rank, honor, position. Oh, I'm not going to tell you about one of my visions I had. Well, you twist my arm. I was this was the vision where I was just doing this is one of the first videos I did on visions, and I was flying around, and I came across a tree, and there was when I went up into the tree as I was flying. There's a method to the madness. As I was flying, but you just got to pick sense out of nonsense. As I was flying, a hand came out of the tree, and this was one of them. It looked like one of them oak tree, them classical oak, classical oak trees, them old trees, ancient trees. That's the word I was trying to find. It was an ancient looking tree, and I went up into it. It was very it had something that attracted me to it, and I went up into the tree, and a hand came out of the big bushy tree, looked like an old oak tree, old age ancient tree. A hand came out of the tree and gave me a hammer, right? So I'll say that maybe that's why I'm doing this video now, and that vision just came back to me while I'm doing this video. The Most High gave me my rulership back. You know, hammer, that parallel of fork being taken from his hammer, separated from his hammer, and Father said to him, "You are unworthy, you are unworthy, you are unworthy to have these realms, to receive these realms." He took his hammer off him and he says, "He who holds the hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of four." I've never forgot that. Watching that movie, I've never forgot that. So we have to be worthy, and he became unworthy, and he was dashed out of Asgard down to a fighting for his life, and to get anything he needed to fight. He even tried to get the hammer back because it was cast down to heaven, cement, and he tried, and other people tried. They were not worthy, and he was not worthy, and he got the message, and we're getting the message right now. But when we receive those crowns, those thrones, our rod of iron, we're going to have to be worthy to keep in the statutes, the laws and commandments. And ultimately leads me back to this point: advancing in rank, honor, position, that promotion. Old France premikin, in the old French, premikin. It's lucky I'm butchering some of these words. Election, promotion. Where's the Latin? Latin, primitium. That's the best I can do. Primitium in the Latin. Promotion in the Latin. The Old English. Advance, moving forward. Participate, stem of preview. Move forward, advance in the Latin there. So let me see some more, any bit more. I really made the point. Someone to a higher grade or office, exalt or rise to a higher post or position. Yeah, back to the precept of what we looked at in Psalms. No, it was Proverbs 3 and 35. Right? You can't exalt yourself, whether you come from the east or from the west. We looked at it in the NIV and in some of the other translations. Whether you come from the east or from the west, you cannot exalt yourself. You have to be promoted. Yeah, this video, so the Spirit of the Lord is amazing, man. So we cannot exalt ourselves. We have to be promoted. Here's the point. That's the point, really. That's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying. That's what the Spirit is telling me and us. Abarazar, this is edifying. Yeah. To higher grade, we cannot exalt ourselves. We have to be promoted. To advance someone to a higher grade or office, exalt. We cannot exalt ourselves. The Most High has to promote us or raise to a higher post or position. Godlike power. Judges and kings. All the titles all rolled into one. And that's in that one verse of Psalms 2. All the titles are in that one verse, and anointed also, right? Because the anointed is Yahushua, and he's anointed. Under him is the elect, yeah. And him giving us this auction is a part of the beginning of that anointing. We have an auction from the Holy One, and we know things. This is the beginning of power, godlike power. Yeah, this is spiritual power. Us coming back into the knowledge of the Most High God, his name and what he looks like, and our history. Again, our history, present and future. What better investment are we making? You cannot make a better investment in your own heritage. People talking about they want us to invest in their heritage. We know what's going on in the East. They want us to invest in their heritage. We invest in our heritage, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the prophecies, the history, and the present. It's all there. Right, to bring to light, to reveal from pro forward. And that promotion, let me calm down. I'm meditating too much on it. Let me calm down. Yeah, so I don't need to say no more, man. Enough said, man. Promotion. And let me see something, right? Let me get into some of this now. Don't have to be a long video. As a matter of fact, I might not have to do a part 2. So, but here, Psalms 2:8 says, Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them to pieces like apostles' vessel. Now, this is where it gets meaty, right? The reign of the anointed. You see, there we have an auction from the Holy One, and we know things. Auction means anointed. We are anointed from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to be God's kings and judges. Right, let's get into some of this now. Alright, let's check this out now. Let's see. Because these are some of my favorite things. When I think about thou shalt break them, we can come back to that. No matter of fact, let's start from the top. Thou shalt break them. Let me calm down, man. I'm meditating terror right now, and you don't need to know why. I ain't going into details.
Psalms H 74:89. Ra'eh.
Right. To be bad. I'm just gonna say the word for word. Right? To be bad. Evil. Oh boy, I'm meditating terror. To be displeasing. To be sad. Some people gonna be very sad. Yeah, God's kings and judges. To be injurious, be evil. Whoa, these words are good words, man. Yeah, Strong's definition. To spoil, to break, by breaking to pieces. To make or be good for physically, socially, or morally. Afflict, associate selves by break down in pieces. Yeah, so break down in pieces, man. Enough said. I'm curious to hear what they say here.
Strong's H
Again?
74:89. Ra'eh.
So that's the word there in the Hebrew lexicon. And I'm, the Spirit of the Lord is amazing, man. Let me just say it like that. Some of the Hebrew that I'm able to learn already, what I've already learned already. And I went to school, and oh boy, I went to school and I just couldn't stand school. But it's amazing what the Spirit of the Lord school does. Yeah, it surpasses all these carnal schools, which we know it's just, they call it a school, but it's really a full system. But the Spirit of the Lord had me not even go there, and that was alright. That's okay, because like I say, the Spirit of the Lord is amazing, man. I don't need to say no more. Enough said on that. About thou shalt break them. Thou shalt break them, and if the Spirit of the Lord had you go school or college or university, that's a blessing too. Because he still brought the Most High calls all type of people to this truth, man. Some of the apostles, well, for the most part, all of them, with the exception of with the exception of a couple, Matthew, Mark, Luke, Apostle Paul, they were high learned men. Matthew, Mark, and Luke, tax collector. Luke was a doctor. I think Matthew was a doctor too. That could be another video. Mark was a doctor. Luke was a doctor. No, physician. Let me say it right. Physician of sorts, or one of them was a scribe. A scribe, a doctor, in the right order though. A scribe, a doctor, a physician, and a tax collector. These are men of learned men, and a lawyer, Apostle Paul. Right, these were learned men. But you got men that were unlettered. It talks about that in Acts 4 and 13 and Acts 4 and 12. You got men which were also unlettered, fishermen. Right? But this is not that video. But it's okay. So either way, as I was saying, either way, if you been to college, you done your little college studying and you learn the ways of what they've taught you, and you put it into, you've invested in the spirit, you've used it for spiritual benefits. That's a blessing too. You got savvy. You got many of us are savvy in the spirit. You got learned men in the spirit, right? Learned men in the spirit. You got warriors, which we all warriors in the spirit. But then you got men that into the combat too, which it all breaks down to going to combat anyway. But this is all spiritual I'm talking about. Savvy in the spirit, intuitive in the spirit. All types of intelligence, which the Most High draws all people to Himself, and all different backgrounds, from all different backgrounds. So rod, let me get back on this one of my favorite subjects here. Yeah, thou break them with a rod. Let me just hear what they say.
Strong's H 7626, Shevet, and second entry, Shevet.
With a rod, staff, branch, offshoot, club, scepter. Remember them the Babylon them used to have? Over in England used to call them Babylon, Centurions. With the Babylon, they had their little thing there, their club. And yeah, some men were, thinking back years ago how they used to abuse people with that. It's okay though, because the scripture talks about double. Revelation 18 and 5 and 6 says we won't give it back, all that clubbing and shit. Remember what you was doing in the 80s and the 60s and the Brixton riots with the clubs? Right, see? The Most High got His ways, man. The Most High don't forget, Yeah, the rod. So the club, we got our club. The rod of iron. That's coming back in righteousness though. And when Yahushua come back, He gonna lead the charge. Right? Just to put that disclaimer out there. When Yahushua come back, He gonna lead the charge, and it's gonna be in righteousness. Right? And that's gonna be the grand finale. Shaft, spear, shepherd's implement. Yeah, that Judah talks about that rod, the staff, the scepter shall not depart from Judah. Yeah, the shepherds, these shepherds over there in up north and all that. I've been to farms. They still deal with that thing there. Shepherd staff and that. They get it from the Bible anyway. They get it from Judah, man. Judah is the leader, the head tribe, right? Which some of them are jakes anyway. Even up there in the north side where they speak all that. They oh, I'd love a little bit of better butter on your knife. Them people there. You know what I mean? Them people there from all up north and all that. I've been to some of them places. So also there was Welsh people. A lot of them go back to Jake, the Irish, the Scottish. Brothers break that down. So scepter, mark of authority. See, mark of authority, clan, tribe. Mark of authority goes back to the staff of Judah. Like I say, I ain't trying to make no long video, but I really do wanna get into some of these words, man, before I hit the road. Otherwise, I don't really want to do it. I might do a part 2 because it's one of my favorite subjects anyway. Thou shalt dash them in pieces. Is that again? Yeah? Thou shalt break them. Thou shalt dash them in pieces. Let me see this. It's different from the other ones. I must look. Allow me, please. It's one of my favorite subjects right here.
Strong's H 5310. Nafats.
To shatter, break, dash. Meditating terror. Beat in pieces, to shatter. I'm just going to read it verbatim. Shattering. Right? To dash to pieces. To be scattered. Right? Again. Remember what they was doing. Remember what they was doing? The Brixton Riot, yeah, okay. We ain't forgot. Right? Reward them double. Scatter. Be beaten in. Sender. Break in pieces. Broken dash. Now let me see something there. If I can get this. In the Hebrew. In the writing there. See? Like I say, when I look at this, I say, boy, the Spirit of the Lord is amazing, man. Enough said on the Strongs. To dash to pieces, to scatter, to be beaten in sunder. Beaten in sunder, break in pieces, broken dash, caused to be discharged, dispersed, to overspread, scatter. Some people's skulls ain't gonna be too Brixton riots. Right? So thou shalt die like potter's right. We know what the potter is. Nah, vessel. That's it. One more. You've got another precept to look at. In 9. And precept of doing videos like this always help me to reflect and see more clearly in how we're gonna the restoration of the house of David. I mentioned that, went into that in one of my previous videos. The restoration of the house of David. Romans 9 and 26, Hosea 1 and 10. In a place where they said we are not those people, there it shall be said we are the sons of the living God. Right? So we're reflecting right now on being restored. Most High restoring the house of David, breaking the mending those breaches. Ephraim shall not vex Judah. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Words to that effect. But that's the breaches. That's the breaches being restored, and us coming back, the brotherhood, the tribes coming back together in unity. Yeah, Psalms 2 and 9 says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Nah, this is one nice meaty verse. We're going to look at some of these words here, and we're going to end the video. Potter's vessel. Did I look at this? Oh, well, I think I might have done. I looked at it already. I liked it so nice. It was so nice. I wanted to read it twice. Yeah, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Yeah, be wise now, therefore, kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. So I looked at this to break them with the rod of iron. Yeah, I want to just check. I am going to go back to it. Rod. With a rod. I looked at that already. I'm just going to... Scepter. I looked at it already, but I'm just going to clarify this. A repetition here. Club, right? Yeah. Looked at that already. Rod with iron. That's a club, right? Brothers who know all about the E's, what they have. And they got a modern day sword over in America. They use it. They've got trigger happy fingers. They like to use that. The gun. They like to use that. They've got the trigger happy fingers, and that's their rod, the modern day sword, right? But we're going back to the ancient. There of iron. There it is, of iron.
Strong's H1270. Berzel.
Iron. We know it is, but I just like getting in some of these words. As material, furniture, utensil, implement, tool of iron. Now we're gonna have a rod, right? A club or a rod, a staff, right? Strength of, right? A staff, and we're also gonna have a two-edged sword, which Thanos, he had a two-edged sword too. Thanos, and you got there's a new character on the block, Blue Beetle, a new cartoon. If you're into all of that superhero stuff, but they really get into. You can see how they've been looking into the scriptures. Blue Beetle, this new superhero, I think the movie might be out. I don't know. I don't go on movies, but cinemas. But if it ain't, it soon be out. Blue Beetle he's able to do very similar to what the Green Lantern done. He can, anything he wants to put into his mind, he can make it reality. He can project and make anything that is with his hands, with his mind, he can make it real. So he projects a two-edged sword, right? Which we're going to do, be able to do that if we want. A rod, a two-edged sword, anything we can make it into we put into our mind, we'll be able to manipulate the elements and make it real. So we're going to have all of that from the rod. And it talks about the iron, the cutting by, right, making it into iron. Now I want to ask a question something here, because I was saying Silver Surfer has his surfboard. Iron Man, now I want to ask a question to do the metal, right? We're talking about a rod of iron. Just curious, out of curiosity. Let me ask again. He was copying, he was listening. What is the strongest metal?
Metals frequently mentioned on the web include titanium, tungsten, vanadium, and others.
Titanium. Right, these are the real metals. Tungsten. These are some of the strongest metals. And there was a time in, going through time when I had a bike. I was into bikes, mountain bikes, and I had aluminium. I had one of the first bikes was some kind of metal. Don't know what it was. The first bike before the mountain bikes, even before BMXs. But I had a BMX bike which was titanium. Yeah, it's supposed to be one of the strongest but lightest metals. It was made out of titanium. Then you got aluminium, which is a little bit heavier than titanium. And one of my one of my BMXs was Kiara bike. And everybody, when they saw ET, if you saw ET with a little guy with a mountain bike with ET on the handlebars, that's what made that BMX bike so popular in the 90s, in the 80s, yeah, BMXing. And I had one of the best BMX bikes, and I was anyway, I had an aluminium BMX bike. But then when it was the BMX mountain bike times, I had a titanium bike, top of the range, and it cost a lot of money. But the metals we're talking about, talking about the metals, right? The metals, titanium. See, azumium, Tuscan, vanadium, some of these words, all these different types of metals here. But I'm more familiar with this, one of the lightest but strongest metals. Let me ask another question. What was Captain America's shield made from?
Vibranium. According to Wikipedia, like its comic book counterpart, it is circular, relatively lightweight, and made of the nearly indestructible Wakandan metal, vibranium. It is created by Howard Stark and given to Steve Rogers during World War II. Within the MCU, the shield is seen as a symbol of Captain America's strength and legacy.
Alright, you see they got the vibranium here, says they're relatively lightweight and made of the nearly indestructible Wakandan metal, vibranium. See, they understand, but where they get that from, right? Our rod is gonna be, they say iron rod, but you know what? I'm just saying in the spirit, that iron rod gonna be one heavy piece of sitting there, and they ain't gonna be able to block that. Whatever we lick, we're gonna block it, and it's gonna be indestructible. Let me just say that, man. So talking about their is all this nationalism, American flag and all that. He represents nationalism. That's their savior, and their savior is make believe, because they ain't got no savior. We got a real savior. Yeah, Yahweh Yahushua, King David, and 144,000 which the elders say are the elders and apostles say are the real superheroes. And it ain't no fictional characters. So that vibranium, that's right. It's a fictional metal anyway. But we looked at the strongest metal. But I'm just out of curiosity. Captain America has a vibranium shield. What is Black Panther's armor made from?
According to Wikipedia, mined only in Wakanda, the metal is associated with Black Panther, who wears a suit of vibranium, and Captain America, who bears a vibranium steel alloy shield.
Right. Vibranium steel alloy shield is a mixture of vibranium steel and alloy. Where they get all this from, man? The ultimate form of material known as antiretic vibranium or anti-metal has appeared in the salvage land or whatever. Okay, so maybe there's some truth somewhere. We're just picking scent from nonsense. There's another one. Black Panther, Captain America. There's another one. Thor's hammer. What is Thor's hammer made from?
According to NC State News, NC State University, it's well documented that the hammer is made out of Uru, a fictional metal from Thor's native realm of Asgard.
Alright. A fictional metal, but let me see something here. Is Thor's hammer made of... No. Is Thor's hammer heavy or magic? Thor's hammer is actually very light. Right? Relatively speaking, it's the enchantment, right? It's the enchantment of Odin that makes it act that way. Okay, because now let's get off this folly, this stupidness now. Let's get back to this truth now. The truth of us having our... Thor had his hammer. Captain America had his he had his shield. Also Wolverine had his vibranium. He had vibranium claws. So we have our metal, right? We have our metal, which is the Iron Scepter, right? Let me ask another question. One more. This video, I'm gonna finish it off and read. I'm just gonna end it off after I look at this. What is Silver Surfer's shield made from? What is Silver Surfer's board made of? The Surfer's board is composed of a newly impoverished cosmetically powered silver material similar to his own skin. The board is mentally linked to the Surfer and moves in response to his mental commands, even when he is not physically in contact with it. All these are all mystical, marvelous things that I sometimes meditate on things like that. I ain't gonna tell you about some of the visions I have, because I want to keep myself on earth. But some of the visions I have, I only break down some of them, probably half out of all of them. A lot of them are to do with spiritual power, though. That much I will say. Even last night, if the Spirit wants me to bring it out, I'll bring them out. I'll bring it out, the last one I had last night. But yeah, nearly impoverished cosmetic powered silver material, silver to its own skin. The board is mentally linked to the Surfer and moves in response to his mental commands, even when he is not in physical contact. Sometimes the Most High don't want you to bring everything out of you. What you have, what he gives you visions. The scriptures go into that. In Job around 30-35 talks about that in a time when you're sleeping. He seals your mind and gives you visions via the angels. So we looked at all the different metals with them fictional characters, but they go back to the scriptures, right? That was the potter's vessel, the iron rod. That iron rod, they all have their metals, their vices. Thor has his hammer, Captain America has his shield, Black Panther has his armor, his suit of armor. The Wolverine has his claws, vibranium claws. And the Most High, he lets his gods and kings and judges have the rod of iron. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. What we're going to do with the rod of iron? I will declare, Psalms 2:7 says, I will declare the decrees the Lord hath said unto me. Thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. Right? The reign of the Lord's anointed. That's his sons. Yeah? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, King David, the 144,000 are his anointed. And we have an anointing, an auction from the Holy One, and we are anointed of the Most High God. Right? And that's in John 2. Yeah, I will declare the decree of the Lord have said unto me, Thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. Right? That's that spiritual power the Most High says. Right? Gods, kings and judges will receive godlike power. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and outmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them to pieces like the potter's vessel. That's our vessel. Like I mentioned, all the fictional characters have theirs, we have ours. Be wise now, therefore, all ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Gods, kings and judges shall receive godlike power. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoicing, and with trembling kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, the water for putting the spirit on me to do this video. And salutes to all the 144,000 elect men, and the Afwakim and the Waf Banyam. And to all the elect, according to Psalms 2:8, all you got to do is ask. All you got to do is serve him with fear and trembling, endure to the end, and ask. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. Gods, kings and judges shall receive godlike power from on high. The water is on to the next. On to the next. Shalom to all the sincere Akim.